Hi there, welcome to this Riva Tech Talk user video. My name is Bill George, and the focus of this video will be to take you through a standard configuration of Riva Insight and show you exactly how to use it. Keep in mind that your instance of Insight could be a little different from mine. You might have some fields or searches that I don't have, and vice versa. So with that, let's take a look at what a standard configuration looks like when surfacing, searching, creating, and tracking. So we'll start off with surfacing. Surfacing relevant CRM data is the easiest thing possible with Insight because that's exactly what it's built to do. So for example, right now we can see that I'm looking at an email, and from this email, Insight is displaying all of the relevant contacts and accounts in what we call a summary view. From here, you can dive further into detail on any of the contacts or accounts listed. So if I wanted to list or surface more of this account, I can just click on the account, and we can see here some high-level information. But then I can also, look into any open opportunities or upcoming events, including tasks. I could look at recent events or any of the contacts that are relevant to this account. And it is just that easy. When I'm done, I can press the back button until I get back to the original page. So that's just the view from an email. Let's take a look at what it looks like with an appointment. So I'll go to my calendar, and I'll highlight this meeting. Perfect. So when I look at this appointment, we can see not only who the invites are in here, but we could see who's actually accepted. And then just like we saw with email view, all of the relevant accounts and contacts are listed below. So we can see that list here. I could go into a deeper dive on any of those objects right there. Or we can see the high level, the summary view of each one of those objects below that. So again, like what we saw with the account, in this case, I'll go to this contact. I can dive further into more CRM information to do with that specific contact. And finally, when we get to our contacts list, or if you happen to be in your contacts list, it's very much the same functionality. So in this case, I'm looking at Mr. Brendan O'Sullivan, First Bank of Mars, and all of that, we're again looking at the summary view. And if I wanted to get into a deeper dive, I can just click on either the contact or the account and go further or into further detail right from there. So, like I said before, Insight just does this contextual surfacing naturally. But sometimes you might need to search for something specific. So let's take a look at how we search with Insight. So searching for CRM data within Insight is really easy. At the top of the UI, you can see this search bar. And when I click the drop down, we can see a pick list. Now, your pick list likely looks a little different from mine. But just know that your pick list is configured to view any objects in CRM that you have permission to view. Now in this case, I'll search for, I'm going to just search for a contact. And I can either search by a specific word or title, or I can use a few letters of what I'm looking for, and Insight will bring up a list of results. So in this case, I'll look for my contact. And there we go, we've got my contact. And essentially at this point, Insight is surfacing all of my high-level information. If I wanted to, I can open up any open opportunities that are related to D, any upcoming events, or any recent events. So, and just again, just like what we saw before, anything like if I searched for opportunities or if I search for an account, this same behavior would occur. So the account or the opportunity would pop up, and I'd be able to look at any related objects to that account or that opportunity or anything like that. So with all this searching done, let's get into tracking. All right, so regarding tracking, now basically the most obvious way to track Outlook items in CRM is by using the track button at the top of the UI, like we see right here. I'll click on that. So we'll start with this email, and after clicking that track button, that UI comes up and gives me the option to sync it to either the contact and the account or the contact and the opportunity. So in this case, I will search for my contact, sorry. Got Brendan. It's going to default to the account. In this case, I'll search for an opportunity. Or no, I believe it's proposal review. Nope, not the right one. There we go, portfolio update. And all I have to do is track that. Now, as you can imagine, this is the same behavior for tracking a calendar event. So we will go to my calendar. Pull up the details, and again, I'm going to go to track. Now, like before, I can select my contact and account or opportunity, but down below we see, so I'll leave this as the contact and the account. Down below we see a meeting notes section, and this gives me the ability to track any pertinent notes to do with this meeting. So I'll say this was a great meeting, sending docs on Monday. And it gives me the ability to share internally. What this means is when I share internally, I can share these notes or make them visible to anybody on my team who has essentially visibility to this account. And so after doing all that, all I've got to do is track those details, and now I'm tracking the meeting and those details to that account and contact. All right, so there are other ways of enriching or enhancing the data in CRM outside of just obviously tracking your emails and accounts to relevant objects within CRM. We can actually create objects right from the Insight side panel. So we can see this create button at the top of the UI that allows me to kind of create any object that my Riva administrator has allowed me to create. So when I click the create button, I get a drop down of options. In this case, I'm going to create an opportunity. And we'll say op for Tantec. Choose my account. Perfect. Say it's worth, yeah, perfect. All right. And choose my close date. Wait, that's month. There we go. Yeah, 31. Perfect. Right for the end of the year, all I have to do is click create, and Insight will take care of the rest. Now, when it comes to creating, say, something like a contact, we actually have a couple different options for that. First, I can just go to the create button, click on contact, and we see that same create UI. I can put in my email address, first name, last name, all these fields. Again, these fields might be different for your organization, But once you're all done, you just click create. Riva will take care of the rest, or Insight will take care of the rest. Or the other option is when I highlight this email, we can look down at the bottom and see that there's an unmatched contact, or a contact that doesn't exist in CRM. So I can click create, and I'm configured to be syncing with contacts and leads. In this case, I'm going to create a new contact. And what we see is pretty much kind of what we saw before when I was just in the create contact screen. I can put in all the pertinent details, and I just click on create, and Riva will create that contact in CRM. So throughout this little tour, you might have noticed this button right here, this open button. This is the view in CRM button. This is available all over the place within Insight, and it allows users to click and link directly to those objects in CRM. So in this case, I can see the view in CRM button on this account. I'll just click that, and Salesforce is going to make me log in. That's all right. And Insight is taking me directly to this account in CRM without having to search or anything like that. That same behavior that exists on opportunities, on events, tasks, just about anything. You can quickly link from Outlook right into that specific object in CRM. So it saves you a lot of time. And this is also configurable with any like custom objects within CRM as well. So just something to take note of. So that brings us to the end of this Insight user video. If there's something you saw in my demo that you don't currently have access to, please reach out to your Riva administrator to see if you should have access or if it's just not part of your team's configuration. If it's a function your team could benefit from, your administrator can totally reach out to us to discuss implementing that functionality. I hope this was helpful, and thanks for taking the time to watch it. Take care.